Hey everybody, welcome back to my another scarf DIY read. Did it two ways, one with the tail and one without it. Which one is your style? We'll figure it out. So let's get started. Hey everyone, it's your girl Rayanne coming back with another scarf tutorial. I had fun making this and it is super easy, no glue included in this project. It's a great DIY, so all you need is a heart frame like this one. I got this from the Dollar Tree. 3 scarves, depends on whatever you want, any choice. It doesn't have to be like mine. These I bought it over the holidays, so I have leftovers. Then you need zip ties to zip tie the scarves, and that's it. No cutting, no gluing whatsoever, just these 3 items. Alright, let's get started on this. So I have a heart frame here. I zip tie my scarf on the first crossbar, and one of these is about 1.5. Will cover it, depends on how tight and how loose you want. With the heart frame, it has 3 frames only, and this is a circle. This 14-inch, also from Dollar Tree. It has 4 bars, and it has 6 crossbars. So I'm showing you this because I did another scarf tutorial and I did a bubble. Now with this one, the heart has 6 crossbars, just like the circle one. Okay, so I zip tie my scarf in the middle of the frame. I'm right-handed, so I'm putting it in the first crossbar, and I'm gonna do over and under technique. That's what I call it. If you're left-handed, you're gonna zip tie it on the left side of this first crossbar, and you're going to weave it through, so it's like you're sewing. But if you're right hand like me, you're gonna do it where I have it right now, and it's in the first. So if you're gonna start where I'm starting right now, the first frame, the inside, it's gonna go over the first frame to cover it. If you're starting on the other side, closer to you, you're gonna do the same thing what I'm doing right now. So it's up to you. So now the first one, it's over it. Now it's going under the second frame, which is the middle. Then it's gonna go over, which is the outside frame, which I'm doing right now. So again, if you're going to start on to the other side, the outside frame that's closest to you, you're gonna do the opposite of what I'm doing. Now it's up to you. If you're into over, under, or under, over, it is up to you. But I started this way, so inside. And be careful when your scarf gets stuck. Don't pull it too hard, it's just gonna ruin it. Just cut it like what I did. So now with my 2 fingers, I'm holding the scarf and I'm pushing it back to make room in the first I guess the first row of the heart frame. So now I am going underneath the outside frame, then I'm going over the middle frame, just like so. So see, I'm just pushing it back, and then once you get back to the beginning where you started, it's either gonna go over or under. So mine is under, and then it's gonna go over again. So you're gonna cover the first row of the frame, and then over, under, over, under, or under, over, under, over. And don't worry if you see the frame, because as you go, the scarf that's covering the frame already, you're gonna fluff it out, and you're gonna, by the end of this project, it's gonna cover the whole entire frame. So when you're at the end, it's gonna go over to the first one and so forth. So where the zip tie is, so right now, see, I'm fluffing it outwards and I'm pushing the scarf as much. So at the end here, I'm gonna fluff it the other way, so that way where you started, it's going to be covered. So don't worry about that. You can do that at the end if you want, or do it as you go. So now I'm just gonna continue this pattern as I go, and as you can see, I still have a lot of leftover, and I'm always at the end of the first row of the frame. So just continue as you go and fluff it out as you go as well, just like what I'm doing. So here I'm going under again, so sorry, over, and my scarf getting stuck, then over the outside. You see, this is a bad habit, I guess, not bad habit, but it's a habit of mine. I always check it. So now I am going over the middle, so I'm at the end of the first row, and then here you can stop and just look what you did. Fluff as you go through. See how full it is? You can't even see the frame anymore. So now at the second crossbar, I'm gonna go over it, so I don't need to push it back more. And same thing, you're gonna go over. So if you end your scarf on the other side, which is the outside frame where I was showing, the one that's closest to you, you're gonna do exactly what I'm doing right now from the inside. So it depends on where, again, like where your scarf ends, you're exactly gonna do what I'm doing. So now I'm gonna go over from my middle, under, now my two fingers, over, under. So what made me think of making this? To be honest, nothing really. The scarf was just sitting in my craft room, and then I'm like, hey, well, it's Valentine's Day, let's do something different. I want to work with the scarf again, and I enjoyed doing my other scarf tutorial, but in a circle form. So I wanted something different, and as I was going through some tutorials on YouTube, I didn't see anything except that it's been wrapped around. So this is similar to wrapping around, but I mean, this is actually gorgeous because it has a different pattern when it's covering it. So right now you could zip tie the first scarf when you end, and then continue on the second one, or what you can do is zip tie the end of the first scarf, and then the second scarf of the first end, you can zip tie it together. So I'm just fluffing it as I go through, so you can see the frame, and I think I'm just gonna go flip it out just like that. So I decided to zip tie both of the ends on my first scarf and my second scarf, just to make it easier, less supply to use. And so I'm continuing the pattern. So wherever you left off, if your scarf is under, you're gonna go over, but if your scarf is over, you're gonna go under. The point of this is to cover the whole entire frame, so you don't see the actual frame. So back to my story, actually, with why I ended up doing it this way. I just wanted to do something different. So here I'm at the middle now, the third row, which is a bit tricky because it has that weird shape of like a letter V. So now I'm gonna go over, under, same thing, over, under, over, under, and then my 2 fingers, I'm just gonna push it back to make it tighter. And then in the middle, it has that pointy thingy. That's okay. It could be challenging, but no worries. I'm telling you, by the end of this project, you are able to do it and you're gonna love it as well. Sorry, my the way I recorded it is kind of cut off. So here you go. Just fixing it through. Now I'm done on this section, which is the 3rd part. 1, 2, 3. I am going to the 4th part now, the other side of the heart. So I'm already halfway, and same thing, just over, under, over, under. I do have a question. If you guys would like me to do a live tutorial, if you don't mind commenting down below, that way I can do a live one and show you guys. And I'm still new on doing this tutorial on YouTube. I'm still getting used to it. So please bear with me. If you like my tutorial, please click the like button and subscribe, as well ring that bell so you guys get the notification when the new video comes out. Okay, so here I am at the end. I'm just finishing it up. So I'm going over and under, just finding the holes in between. The ends is also tricky, just like the top part of the heart. But don't worry about it, because as you can see, the frame is covered. Now that's the tail. This is the final look. Well, somewhat final look. The tail is a bit too long from my other picture that I posted. So it is up to you if you like the tail part of the heart, and depends on the length that you want. Short, long, again, it's up to you. Now this type of wreath, you can hang it inside on an empty wall as your home decor, or you can hang it outside but in direct sunlight. And if you have the double door, which is perfect because it's not gonna get dirty or wet. Other than that, if you don't have it, it's perfectly fine outside too. If you have those a porch in the front, which is also covering the sun, no biggie whatsoever. Now this color that I chose, it's great for the holidays, it's great for Valentine's Day, it's great for, this one is actually speaking to me as somebody's going through a hard time, where the black is representing evil or bad or the struggles that you're going through, and then the red is just like you're fighting it as you go through in life. So here at the end, I'm showing you the scarf. I'm weaving through to the side of it with the side of the frame and without the tail, and it is also the third scarf that I'm using. So I'm zip tying it in between at the back of the frame is what I'm doing right now. So in between of the scarf at the back, and also you can tuck it in, you don't have to zip tie it, but I like to zip tie it so it looks professional and not messy as well. And sorry about the bad lighting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This tutorial is the best way I can explain it in full details, and I'm sorry if it's a bit too long. I'm still getting used to this, also editing, and I hope you guys enjoy it, the two-way of the scarf wreath.